From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day.
Welcome to BBN Game Day. I'm Anna Tarullo.
And I'm Christy Thomas. On today's episode, finally, a basketball game day here on a Saturday.
Woo!
How about that? We'll hear from Coach Cal and the players coming up.
And the volleyball team came up just a little short in their quest to repeat as national champs. We're talking with head coach Craig Skinner about the amazing season the team had, winning the SEC again, and how bright the future is for this team that was so freshman heavy.
Going to be really exciting to watch them. All right, but basketball is where we have to start. For the first time this season, your Kentucky Wildcats basketball team is playing on a Saturday. The Cats are traveling to South Bend, Indiana to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Mike Bray's team looks like they're having another uncharacteristic year. They aren't great. This team is 3-4 on the year, with their wins coming against Cal State Northridge, Division II Chaminade, and Tubby Smith's High Point team. That was a little close one there, but it's still a step up in competition from the last few games for Kentucky. And of course, it's always difficult to go on the road in an environment like they have at Notre Dame. The Cats dropped a tough one to the Irish at the buzzer last season here in Rupp Arena when Olivier Sarr's his shot just didn't fall. Man, that was a gut punch. Important to win this one, though, as it's really the first true road game of the year. Coach Cal, though, isn't sure how this team will handle that road environment for the first time this season.
I don't know yet. We'll see. It's all these experiences when you got new teams are learning experiences. The one thing I've said to the whole group is, look, there's no reason. I'm telling you how we need you to play. If you can't play the way I need you to play, the team needs you to play, come and see me, we can talk it through. But I'm giving you the answers to the test. I'm not going to yell and scream. I'm just going to sub you. If you're not doing what this team needs you to do, you just get subbed. That's the great thing about having depth. You know, we've got a lot of capable players. Now, there are no excuses. I always say you're responsible for you. I heard the other one, there's no one going to rescue you. You got to do this. So block all the clutter out and rescue yourself. Go play the way you're capable of playing.
Always a bit of a concern with Calipari's teams. Usually every time they do anything, it seems to be a first, but this group has a lot more college basketball experience. So I don't know, Anna, what do you think about him on the road here?
Yes and no. When he did say a new team, new experience, I was like, you do have some experience on that team. But for me, what it is, I'm not worried about Notre Dame, not a great team, but I'm worried about Kentucky. Last game, I think they played in Gear 1 against Southern. A lot of these games that have been leading up to this, I think they don't hit Gear 3 or 4 till halftime. They need to be Gear 5 from the beginning.
Yep, from the tip.
This one.
There you go.
And Coach Cal might not be sure what he's going to get, but the players at the very least are excited and have been for a while. This is one they are ready to play.
We're super excited. I mean, that's why you come to a school like Kentucky, play big games. And we're going to feel the hate, and I think as a competitor, that's what I look forward to. That's what my teammates look forward to. So, you know, of course, these games, you know, we were looking to kind of build and get better, but it's hard to say our focus wasn't on an upcoming huge road game because, I mean, it was. Just as a competitor, I mean, if you're not driven by, you know, hate and noise, then you're doing it like for the wrong reason. I mean, I love it. I mean, that's why we play.
Christy, that's definitely the attitude you want to hear from one of your senior leaders.
No question. And I'll tell you this, in 20 years in this industry, there's not a single player or coach I've ever talked to that has a competitive nature that doesn't love a road environment.
Yes.
They all love it. They thrive on it. I think Kentucky will definitely do that too. Well, Tuesday's Unity Series game was just the first of what will be many between UK and the HBCUs of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The talented team at UK Sports Video gives us a look at more than just a game.
My name is Christopher Miller, Senior Director of Education and Community Engagement here at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. It is a pleasure to be a part of the Unity Series, where we have welcomed a men's basketball team from the University of Kentucky as well as Southern University. They are now touring our museum, getting a meaningful experience about the history of the Underground Railroad, the history of enslavement and resistance.
The people that were there were unbelievable. I was with the guys, but I was more reading. I needed about another 3 hours because it was educational.
Going to the Underground Railroad Museum was very eye-opening. You know, I tell my guys all the time, it's bigger than basketball.
The radio show with both teams and both coaches, the name, image, and likeness educational component. So there were a lot of things that we did.
Well, again, this is the first of 5 consecutive seasons of matchups between Kentucky and schools from the SWAC HBCUs trying to unite and promote unity. So he's so appreciative, and everyone else is, of what this represents as team.
The way this world is right now, we need all to find a way to help one another. And I think that's what this whole deal was all about. And I'm just so thankful that Cal gave me the call first, because it was totally awesome.
Absolutely nothing I don't love about what they're doing here. The idea that they can give experiences to college athletes outside of basketball. This is about life. I love it.
I love it, and especially how emotional Sean Woods after the game. You could tell it meant a lot to him. All right, coming up next on BBN Game Day, we're talking with Jack Givens. He'll break down the matchup with the Irish right after the break.
Watch the UK Healthcare John Calipari Show every Monday evening, hosted by the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. Fans can call in and submit questions on Facebook and Twitter. It airs 6 p.m. across UK Sports Network affiliates and streams live on the Kentucky Basketball Facebook page.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota. This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.
Since opening our doors 75 years ago, Central Bank has made big changes, like the region's first Saturday hours, online ATMs, and even the area's very first vault. But one thing will never change is the community-minded mission of our founder. Garvis D. Kincaid believed that what's good for the bank should also be good for its community. True back in 1946 and equally true today. So, come see how we've grown. Central Bank, central to you. Member FDIC.
St. Joseph Health has expanded its affiliation with Cleveland Clinic Cancer Center. As a leader in cancer screenings, diagnosis, and treatment for more than 40 years, St. Joseph Health continues to bring world-renowned cancer care to our communities. We'll now be able to reach more Kentuckians with highly specialized care, expertise, and convenience for you and your family. Whether you are newly diagnosed, want a second opinion, or would like to schedule a cancer screening, give us a call at 844-940-HOPE.
Did you know that 1 Kentuckian in 6 struggles with food insecurity? That's why Kentucky Farm Bureau has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Kentucky Hunger Initiative. Contributions that help neighbors in need put food on the table. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that our fellow Kentuckians get help when they need it most. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
All right, so let's dive a little deeper now into the matchup with the Cats and the Fighting Irish.
Jack Goose Givens is here with us. Goose, what's going on?
I'm doing good, ladies. Doing good.
All right. In the game against Southern for the first time in a while, Kentucky was mostly healthy. Calipari said that Hopkins was a little dinged up still, but everybody played some minutes. After the game, though, Calipari talked about trimming down the rotation. 8 guys played 15 minutes or more on Tuesday. How do you expect that to go today?
Well, I would think that Coach Cal is still experimenting, still trying to figure things out. This will be a good test for him today, just simply because it's on the road, a true road game, going into someone else's building. But you got to find out a lot of things. Who's going to come in if Oscar gets in foul trouble? Who's going to be able to give you those minutes? What guard combinations are you going to play? Can you go 4 guards and 1 big? I mean, there's a lot of things that still have to be worked out before this team gets to where Coach Cal wants them to be.
Well, Notre Dame's pretty guard heavy. They play a lot of 4-guard sets, not a ton different from last year's Irish team. They have a couple of talented forwards, transferred from Yale, Paul Atkinson, but it was Nate Lazuski that put up 21 in Rupp last season. What's your take on this squad for Mike Bray?
Well, I think what happens here is Kentucky needs to dictate to Notre Dame as opposed to the other way around. Kentucky has to take the action. You have to defend, particularly the perimeter, because they do go with a lot of guards, and that means they'll shoot a lot of shots. They have to keep the crowd under control, because this is going to be a loud crowd as Kentucky goes into Notre Dame. And the way to keep them quiet is to control the tempo of that game.
All right, this is something I've been wondering since the beginning of the season. Oscar, he's now leading Kentucky in points and rebounds right now, but when he's off the court, things look a little unsettled for the Cats. We think Damian Collins is the answer. We've seen flashes of great play from him, but he hasn't been able to really find that consistency just yet.
I just think Lance Ware is the guy that's going to have to come up and give you a little bit more. I'm going to throw a name at you, a guy by the name of Benny Johnson. You remember Benny? They used to call him the microwave when he was with the Pistons. Unfortunately for Lance, who is a guy that needs minutes to get really involved, you got to be able to come in and be like a microwave. You got to be hot now, and you got to be productive, because Coach Cal has a short rope when it comes to him. He'll let it out a little bit more if you're giving me stuff, but if you're not, he has to sit down. So I hope Lance continues to get better, brings it, and gives him something quicker so he earns more minutes.
I mentioned it in a segment a little bit earlier where I was talking about competitive players love an environment like this on the road. Were you one of those guys? Did you love going in where you were screamed at and everybody was hating on you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, road games force a team to come together. You don't have any other option because you're there by yourself. And that's when we were at our best, when we could focus only on basketball. We knew everybody in the stands was going to be against you. And you just have to come together as a team, put up the walls, and defend all of those people together. I used to love it going into places like Ole Miss and LSU and those kind of places, and just totally take the crowd out of the game. No better feeling for a guy on the road playing against a team like Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's a great feeling, right? A big three, a big dunk, a steal, a block shot or something that just silences the crowd. Yeah, we'll take plenty of that today, for sure.
All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're talking to head volleyball coach Craig Skinner.
You're watching BBN Game Day. We'll be right back.
I need to try it first.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Kroger. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
I need to try it first.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Welcome back into the show. Well, the women's volleyball team wasn't able to make it back-to-back national championships this year. Their NCAA tournament run ended in the round of 32, but they still accomplished so much on the season, including a 5th straight SEC championship. Coach Craig Skinner talked with us yesterday about his season and the future for the Kentucky volleyball dynasty.
Well, Coach, congrats on a fantastic season and an exit in the NCAA tournament in the second round against Illinois. Just what was kind of going through your mind as that was developing and as you saw maybe it was getting out of hand?
You know, tough match. I mean, Illinois was really good that day, and we didn't have an answer. And, you know, it's, to be honest, what's going through my mind is just how rewarding it has been to coach this team and see our young players develop. And, you know, when the starting lineups were introduced for that match and I saw freshman, sophomore, and you're just like, wow, we got a lot of youth and, you know, which means, hey, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and also good for the future.
Now, each year, I'm sure it's hard to say goodbye to seniors, but this group was really special. 100 wins through their 4 years here. What kind of legacy to Allie Stumler, Cameron Scheitzok, and Lauren Tharp leave?
Man, those three were all in every day: practice, weights, traveling, preparing, competing. It's pretty amazing, actually, that every single day that we were around them, their demeanor, their mood, their enthusiasm never wavered. And it's really hard to do over the course of a career, but those three in particular just wanted to be really good each and every day. But more importantly, they wanted their teammates to be really good. And so when you have that type of leadership day in, day out for a young team like we had, those younger players have nothing, but respect, and they can look right at those seniors and say, this is how it's supposed to be done.
They also left with a national championship ring, which was good.
Right.
And Allie Stummer left with another ring. So
every ring.
Lots of rings.
As it always is, though, the program is going to be in good hands. You kind of mentioned it already, but some young players: SEC Freshman of the Year, Emma Grome; SEC Libero of the Year, Eleanor Bevan, also a freshman. You mentioned the sophomores, the juniors. Why should we be excited so much about this group as we move forward now?
Well, the depth, the athleticism, and this next group, will continue to be extremely skilled. And you didn't see a ton of the other freshmen, Aaron Lamb and Jordan Williams, but they're two very skilled players in their position. Jordan Williams, the number 8 recruit in the country. Aaron Lamb proved what she can do against Tennessee with SEC Player of the Week. And I'm just very, enthusiastic about what the future holds, and we'll be led by that freshman sophomore group. But you get people like Maddie Breswitz and Zani Teeler and Bella Bell, the upperclassmen. And, it's going to be exciting. New canvas to paint next year.
Now, you kind of mentioned it there, but what do you see as the future of this program?
Continue to compete for championships. It's an expectation to compete for championships. It's not a promise you get them, but how we go about our business each and every day. And go for another national championship. Obviously only 11 schools have done it, and we were the 11th, so it's hard and rare to do, but why shouldn't we strive? If we're in this deal in a Power 5 conference to competing with the best, that should be our goal, and that's what we want to do moving forward.
That and a 6th straight SEC championship.
Yeah,
that
we'll
sounds
take
nice.
that.
All right. Whirlwind of the last 6 or so months. National championship in April, then successful season here. Describe what this last year has been like for you.
Oh my gosh, I could go all over the spectrum of emotions for that. We might need another show for all of it. But, just incredible enthusiasm, respect for the people that went with us along this journey in our program, and behind the scenes and marketing and facilities and all that type of stuff. It just was amazing. And, fatigue, emotional fatigue, physical fatigue. I mean, all of those ranges that we went through to be able to play 2 full seasons in a calendar year, win 3 rings. There are plenty of ups and downs, plenty of times where we're like, can we keep going? And just the reward to be able to do it and get another championship at the end of this season was, certainly a year I'll never forget.
How did you keep going? How did you do that and keep yourself motivated and the players?
I think what kept us going was the people that were next to us, and the people we recruited, the staff, that we worked with on a daily basis. They're just so much fun, and they're all in with you. And so when you're around great people, what bigger motivator is it to, people in war, they always say you're fighting for the people next to you, and yes, you're fighting for the country and all that type of stuff. But when you get down to it, it's the people right next to you that you cannot wait to be with and compete with, and that's what it's all about.
Coach, just about 30 seconds, but I got to ask you, a longer offseason now. You get a chance to breathe.
Oh, breathe, repeat, I guess. I'm not even sure what an offseason is anymore, so I'll have to recreate it and find some things to keep us busy.
There really is no offseason anymore, and no one does it better than Craig Skinner, and we are so excited to see what the future holds for them. All right, stay with us as we preview what's ahead for some other Wildcat teams.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
I need to try it first.
Pizza. What you got there, Dad? Oh man, the new Bacon Mania lineup from Papa John's. Oh, it's the triple bacon pizza, topped with full strips of bacon. Woo, that's smell of bacon through the house has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? No!
Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes!
Okay, I'm gonna try it first. Yes!
I need to try it first.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
We have a big weekend here for UK sports, not just the men's basketball team traveling to South Bend.
That's right. The women's team is making the long, oh so long trek down I-64 on Sunday to take on the Louisville Cardinals, who Anna will be there, so look her up.
Yes.
Last we checked, they still had a coach for now, right? But no, Jeff Walls always doing a great job there. Tip-off is 1 o'clock, and you can watch the game on ESPN. You better pull them through, Anna.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I'm going in all blue. I'm ready.
All right.
Track and field also visiting the Derby City. It's the kickoff of their indoor season. The meet starts today at 1 p.m., and you can find a link to follow along on ukathletics.com.
A good way to avoid the mall traffic, because it's terrible, and still get those stocking stuffers. You can go to Memorial Coliseum on Sunday at 2 o'clock and see the gymnastics team's blue-white exhibition. The first 200 fans through the door. How about this? You're going to get a free stocking with tickets to Excite Night. I'll be there hosting that, so you need to come to Excite Night. And the women's basketball game versus Ole Miss on January 23rd. Gymnastics, they will open their home slate for the season January 5th against Arizona State. You can get tickets for all of their matches at ukathletics.com.
I'm so excited for gymnastics.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
They're awesome.
All right, time now for this week for the Wildcats, brought to you by Toyota.
Huge week for the swim and dive team. All week long, they will be competing in the USA Diving Nationals in Bloomington, Indiana. Women's basketball will play on Friday night here in Lexington. They take on Morgan State, and the men's basketball team is headed to the desert. They'll take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in Las Vegas as part of the CBS Sports Classic. That one should be a blast. I don't know why we're not on that trip, Anna.
I know.
Where are we in
Who should
Vegas?
we talk to about this?
Who?
Let's go. I'm really excited for that matchup.
All right, well, that's a preview for what you'll see on next week's show.
All right, up next on BBN Game Day, it's our Coke Play of the Week. Don't go away.
Tune in before every game for the Don Franklin Countdown to Tip-Off Show with Dave Baker and Jack Givens, featuring conversations with other former UK stars and Coach Cal. It airs 90 minutes prior to game time on the UK Sports Network radio affiliates or through the UK Athletics app.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Kroger. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
We depend on the internet for so much these days, but not all Kentuckians have access to reliable broadband service. That's why Kentucky Farm Bureau joined the American Connection Project, and we now provide free Wi-Fi access from the parking lots of nearly 200 KFB locations across the state. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that more Kentuckians stay connected. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more. I'll take it. I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Now, during Toyotathon, get $500 TFS APR cash on any new 22 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid, and you'll get 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
For this week's Coke Play of the Week, it's Matthew Mitchell being honored at Rupp Arena during the women's basketball game against DePaul. Mitchell is the all-time winningest coach in program history with 303 wins. He retired before last season to spend more time with his family. Christy, so good to see him come back.
Oh, it was great to see him back. Of course, that was his first game back since the retirement, and he addressed the fans, had some former players that were there with him. He got choked up about that, got really emotional seeing them and, you know, them being there to help honor him. So really a great night for him, but also for UK as well too. So I have to tell you, I worked with Matthew for years, for the entire time, his entire career here at Kentucky, and you'll find no better people than Matthew and Jenna Mitchell. So they love this program and will continue to do so, and will be their Kyra Elsie's biggest supporter, no question.
Oh my gosh,
so,
yes. And we talked to Coach Mitchell yesterday. You can watch the whole thing at bbntonight.com. He recounted some of his favorite wins, but he also said something really great about Kyra Elsie. He said, "I was never better than when she was by my side." So that's a pretty good recommendation.
It's nice.
there.
Yeah, just lifting people up that helped you get there. And Matthew's that kind of guy for sure. All right.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you again next week. Until then, go Big Blue.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.